Welcome back to JJW Outdoors. Justin here today with a great video for you. We have a new shelter system I'm excited to show you. It is snowy, it's cold out here. This shelter idea is going to keep you so warm. I very encourage you to get out and do this shelter idea. Let's get started. So first I'm going to start off by cleaning the area up, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. We're going to use these logs. So I have a very special shelter idea. So we're going to start here, we're going to connect to that big tree over there, then here and connect to that big tree there. We're going to get these two little ones out of here, put a big old fire pit right there. Let's get busy. So first thing you gotta start off with, we gotta get a ridge pole for the front of it. So we already have that cut here. We have that one, the smaller end is over there for another ridge pole this way, and then we gotta get some back poles. So once you have a pole cut, you need to get you whatever tarp that you are using. And we're gonna put this as the back, so one's gonna go this way, and the other one's gonna go that way. And our fire pit is going to go here. Now for this setup, you got to do a long fire, so we have to cut pieces about, I don't know, yay big to yay big. So this tarp is pretty tall, and all I did was take a cheap old tarp. So just go to local hardware store, Walmart, and you can pick one of these up for really cheap. So it is very, very tall, as you can see. I'm not sure the dimensions of this one, but I'm only going to have it be about probably shoulder or a little lower than shoulder off the ground for this one. So we're going to start off by tying our ridge pole. I'll probably go up to here. Alright, so all I'm doing is I made a little groove in the tree to know where I put this at. And it's going to go over about that far. And all I'm going to do is I'm tying a Canadian jam knot, which I have tied in an older video. So if you want to go check that out, please go check out my knots playlist. String here. I'm using bank line instead of paracord for this project. You can use any type of twine or cordage for this, as long as it's lashed to the tree and it's fine. It doesn't really matter what you use. So Canadian jam knot jams on top of itself to make it so it's super taut. I'm going to wrap it around here. I'll just go 3 loops just like that. So now I'm going to take out my other knife, I'm going to cut it and wrap it up. So now, once you got your tarp and you also got your ridge line up, now you don't have to put all your weight on it, but this is a live tree, so I'm not worried about it. The reason why we cut live trees is because they're kind of in our way. But just kind of tie them each sides. Now, I'm going to take our tarp, fold it over like this, and we're going to leave it just like that, so it's barely flapped over. So I think I'm gonna tie a piece of paracord, bank line, sorry, right through these 2 grommets here to kind of hold it. Same with this side, just like that. So take my knife, cut a piece right here, cut another little piece, put this away. I'll bring closer to show you the knot. So all I'm doing with this is I'm taking 1 grommet here, 1 grommet here. And I'm just gonna tie them together just so that it doesn't slide on us. Nothing fancy, just a couple overhand knots will do. So again, take our 2 grommets, you can see it's kind of folded over the log, put cord through, and all I'm tying is just an overhand knot. Nothing fancy. Overhand knot, or a lot of people call it the granny's knot. Just 2 of them will work. It doesn't have to be very big. And just like that, you have your tarp. Alright, just before the battery dies, we get 2 logs here, and we're going to put our bedding on these 2 logs. We're going to cut 2 giant sticks that go this way, and then we're going to cut a bunch of little ones that go in this way. Happy right here.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Back your way. Right there. In here we got a giant dead tree. It's actually not dead, it was fallen, it broke up there. It's still partially alive. This is what we're cutting on. So we need some stakes, so I figured I will lob off one of these, one of those. This one's actually dead, I believe. We're gonna find out. Lob this guy off. This one's more dead than all of them. 1 stake. Okay. There we go, that should give us at least 2 stakes, 3 stakes. Definitely got a bit of ice out here, but we're gonna stake down the bed, lay them down, and get working on the second bed. Sorry I didn't film, but we're just hurrying up, chopping some stuff. It's pretty bad out here. We're supposed to get a storm. Let's get this put together and I'll show you what the plan is for the shelter. Oh man! Man, that little dude just completely split. Ah, ground hurt.
I say you put the big one where your head's gonna be. That way it has like a headrest.
Definitely dark now. Getting close though. That's perfect. Alright, one bed done. We're gonna pound both those stakes in, and we're gonna do two to the other side. All right, so now we're gonna take our tarp, we're gonna lay it back down, stake it. And I'm gonna take this guy and stick it in here so it goes up the tarp like that. So now the tarp is away from my face. I'll show you that. Oh, you can see in here, got that stake in the back right there, holding the tarp up. The bed right there. As we continue to build the shelter, as you can see here, we have our sidewalls put up and our bed. I went out and bought a really thick piece of plastic that's going to go on the front of this whole shelter, which I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going to show you exactly what I did to the sides right now. So here's one side right here. We ended up putting one big log, stretches across there. It goes up here and it attaches there. And then we got another string that attaches there, which tied around to the inside. And that just kind of holds the side on. Then it comes down this way, and we have it tucked underneath the log there and wrapped around here. Same thing, we have a log here. We have a string here, which attaches that corner, which goes down to this corner, which goes underneath the log. Which then we have a bigger log here, and then our end goes up and attaches to there. So now you saw how I put the sides together. I want to talk about pricing a little bit. This and this is one drop cloth. So it's a thinner drop cloth that cost me $1 at dollar store, which that's where I got all these materials from, were a dollar store. This tarp at the dollar store, which is I believe it's a full 10 by 10, is $7. So $1 for that. And then this is the thicker cloth. It is a 12 by 10. And it's, this one costs $3. So altogether, you're just under 15 bucks, which is great for all this material plus the cordage. Now I used bank line for this. I recommend you just getting some jute twine or whatever you have at the dollar store there. It's much cheaper than using this stuff. My plan is to kind of reuse this stuff after we're done with the shelter. It's kind of a take up, take down shelter, which is really nice. The longest part about the shelter is cutting all these logs. Now you do not have to make a bed out of this. What you could do is you could drop this down lower, wrap the tarp kind of under it a little bit more, or this bigger sheet of plastic underneath the bottom as well, and you can lay on top of the entire thing. So I'm going to show you what this plastic is used for in just a minute. So for this shelter setup, you're going to want to get yourself a reflective sheet. I got the cheaper one. You can buy the tarp at Walmart that has a reflective built right into it. I recommend doing that. I just didn't want to spend 15 bucks for it, and I already had that already set up. So I have this. All I'm going to do is get some old duct tape I had at the house, and I'm just going to tape some corners up and tape them in the back as well. What this is going to do is when you're laying here, you're just going to radiate your body heat, and the fire that's in front of you is going to go through our plastic sheet, which we're going to put here, and it's going to trap in all of the heat inside. Let's get started. So all I'm doing right now is I am duct taping it to it, and I'm holding my hands here until the duct tape gets warm, just so the adhesive on the duct tape will stick. And since they made duct tape cheaper, we're going to see if this lasts all night. And just like that, we have a reflective.
Camera on?
Yeah. Oh. Much thicker. Going all the way across, going to the corner. Look where my end looks like. And Yeah, mine's all the way to this plastic. How's yours?
Yours is all the way here too.
Good.
Perfect.
Now I'm going to get a big log, which is going to tuck that, go over top of that. We're going to get a little bit of stuff on top of there. And then for our ends, it is tightened here and there. But we're going to hang something. We'll probably tie a little piece of cordage here and wrap it around. There we go, we got our plastic on, as you saw, it reached over the other side, and we got a heavy log in the front to kind of hold it tight so it doesn't blow onto you or your face. And we are going to, I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, tie or use duct tape for the ends, but we got to leave one open and we're going to tie one of them shut. I want to take a moment to show you what I used. Here is the small one. It says it is a 9x12. I think I said 10 earlier. I'm sorry. It's a 9x12. We cut this one in half for the sides. It's their thinner one. And then for this one, it is a 10x12. So here's this one. 10x12. This is your thicker plastic. This is what we used in the front. Now, I didn't end up buying the tarp there, but I went today to buy this. And it definitely said the tarp was $7. Alright, gonna get the fire going. Definitely dark out here. I'm gonna use one of these pouches, which I have not shown you yet in my YouTube videos. But I have one of these I'm gonna use. I'm gonna try using half of it first. And we're just gonna use a regular lighter right now. Nothing fancy. I think we got plenty of stuff now. We're getting plenty of stuff now. This is definitely very wet wood, but mostly pine, so hopefully this will just go up right away for us. Now that the little sticks are going, I'm going to put the bigger sticks on it. So the trick to the fire is, once you put the little sticks on, the little sticks are going, you put the bigger sticks on so it dries out the bigger sticks as it's growing.
Shelter's looking awesome. Definitely warm on the inside.
So just sitting here by the long fire, for this shelter setup you want to have a long fire. So we kind of have ours diagonal, one towards mine and one towards Dad's. But this shelter setup is called a super shelter. Now we did a little bit different than what other people do. Some people do like it's rounded in the back so we don't have to put extra plastic on the side. They definitely do not do it near as tall as we did. The reason why we did it so tall is so we can sit up in it. And I don't like things touching my face. But the shorter the shelter is, the much more warmer it's gonna be. It's actually really hot. We went in there for a minute to lay our stuff down, and it is really warm inside that shelter. I am very impressed. So, super shelter, you should look up other people's ideas. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Just kind of sitting down. We natural deadfall right here. So I figured we'll lay down a tarp, sit down, plenty warm for us. This is pretty cool. We're also gonna be cooking something tonight. I'm gonna try getting a little bit of that on film, but it is definitely dark out here, so I'll try to get as much of that as I can. Beautiful night. Time to cook up some rice. All right, let's check it. Looking good. Almost done. Let's let it sit for another 5 minutes out of the fire. One more scoop. I don't want all the meat. Is yours yet?
Nope, I'm going to right now. Baby's hard to contain.
The taco sauce for me.
This is good. Chicken, rice, cheese. Good stuff.
Really warm in here. Definitely have to take a layer off tonight. I'm impressed. It's like an extra 10 degrees to 20 degrees warmer in this shelter than it would be outside. I'm impressed with this shelter. Absolutely love it. Totally recommend trying this. But don't take my word for it. You guys gotta get out there and do it yourself. We'll see by the end of the night. I'm sure I'll be waking up to stock the fire, so I'll take you guys with me. But other than that, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me tell you, it is hot in here. Camera's even all fogged up. This is insane. I really wish you guys could feel how hot it is in here. Next time I'm gonna buy a thermometer and bring it in here. Fire is beautiful. Pretty awesome.
Well, good morning. It is, let's see, it's 8:37. Definitely slept in this morning. This was a great shelter idea. The only thing we definitely need to change is the way we stack our firewood up. By the time we put a couple logs on here, it was already time to get up in about, I don't know, 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. So inside of that probably got close to 90 when we first started, but then once the fire was dying down, it probably was in 40s ish, and it's about 25 out here, so it's about double what it is outside. And now, the bigger the fire is, the hotter it's going to be in there, and the lower your shelter is, the warmer your shelter is going to be. We made ours taller, so that's definitely a big factor in this one. But the fire was kind of concentrated towards this way, not this way, so we kind of make it a little angled. But yeah, otherwise it turned out really good. Just need to figure out something to do with our fire. We put some water on, and I'll show you that clip right now. And pretty much we're going to boil some water. We have some hot chocolate and some oatmeal. So I put a bunch of water in that pot just to kind of dump in our oatmeal, and then make some hot chocolate afterwards.
Ooh, pause.
Winter Wonderland. That's what the inside of mine looks like. Got the reflective up there. Bed is there. Sleeping pad, sleeping bag. Absolutely love this mummy pod. If you're curious on what the mummy pod is, please go check out my other video. I went into details and talked all about this sleeping bag. I hope you enjoyed this little video. please go check out this system on other YouTubers. I think you're really gonna like it. Get out there, try it for yourself. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.